Confederacy adults, Toronto Raptors, Scotty B. We the North, baby.
My goodness. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Confederacy of Doug's basketball podcast. I'm your host, Freddie Rivas, here with co-host and producer Andy Hall and special guest who truly disappeared at the exact second of this intro. Like lightning style, like it's almost like the lights are going to come back on and it's going to be him in wrestling mode.
Oh, here he is. Okay. That's McCready's music.
Oh my God, it's McCready.
Yeah. There he is.
What's up? We just laughed that you disappeared and came back. How's it going?
Feels great to be back.
Sick.
Yeah, it seemed like it crashed on me when we started recording for whatever reason, but now I'm back.
That's the way it works.
Well, listen, it's the middle of the summer. I think, I mean,
we're coming to near the end of the summer here. It feels like,
Yeah,
it feels that way today.
I mean, I feel like, that's true. It's a little bit chilly in Toronto.
Chillier.
But shout out to Flash Floods. But like, no, there's this feeling of kind of like being in the middle of the NBA calendar. Like you always hear like, oh, the NBA is 12 months of the year. No, it's not. No, there's 2 months that are nothing. And I think the Olympics kind of like kept things going a little bit, but between the like trickle down of free agency and I think like when you start to see preseason games, like I guess media day, I feel like really kicks things off. Cause like obviously, the hardcores are into some aspects of training camp, but I feel like honestly, the longer I've been an NBA fan, the more training camp ends up being this thing where it's like you get some quotes and you get some drama, right? Sometimes, which is big, but like I think for the most part, it's pretty generic. Someone put on 5 pounds of muscle, someone else is like more aerodynamic, whatever. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it is. But
they shaved all their body hair off and they're wearing a swim cap. It's fine.
No
exactly.
Big
deal. Who cares?
Anyhow, we're having a full fun episode. We are going to do a draft, which I think we'll get to explaining more. Andy's a good draft explainer. It's going to be awesome. All international draft. We'll explain the particulars, but Matt McCready, longtime guest of the show, has a Raptors quiz for me and Andy. So I think we're going to start with that.
I do. And the quiz is pretty simple. It's not too complicated. Basically, I compiled the top 10 all-time Raptor seasons for a very bizarre stat. The on-off plus-minus per 100 possessions. Okay. So, namely, which players players performed best in comparison?
Well, it seems as though he's certainly dropped out of this call.
Mm-hmm.
But I can only imagine what he's going to play. What he's going to say, rather, is that which players perform the best while the announcer is still announcing baskets and while music is still playing.
Yeah.
That little bit of overlap sometimes that happens, when like there's a big shot and there's still a bit of the music playing, or like the boom, boom, ch.
Totally.
So that's very niche, yeah. So anyways, Matt, we know what the quiz is and we're ready to answer it.
Okay, great.
We for sure don't. But Andy did have a nice timely joke. That's so specific that maybe just I won't kill the joke by explaining it again. But when you maybe give a re-listen tomorrow,
to this,
I can't wait to hear what's going to happen while my internet clonks out for whatever reason. I'm still connected. It's just the program. Anyways, so this is the top 10 on-off plus-minus per 100 possession seasons for the Toronto Raptors, which means these players performed better compared to their teammates on the team. Namely, if you have a high, the higher this is for you, It means that the team performed better when you were on the court as opposed to when you were off the court.
Got it.
Make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
I think I got it.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So how I imagine this goes is that one of you will go first, one of you will then go second, and you will guess names. You'll keep going until one of you or both of you in a row guess incorrectly, at which point I will give clues to the remaining players on the board. Sound good?
Love this.
So some players are on more than one, so you definitely don't have to say which year they're listed, but I will tell you that once you guess your players. Sound good?
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
Whoever has the most points at the end is the leader of Confederacy of Dunks, and that's a pretty important title.
Wow.
That
is an important title. One that Freddie has held for a long time.
And I didn't know I was stepping into these type of stakes on a Monday
this is
evening,
massive stakes. Yeah.
But you know what? I think I'm ready to die.
That's what a good guest does. He ruins the entire status of the podcast. He creates animosity.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to go first, the challenger or the reigning champion?
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
So player X is going to be like the plus minus leader for potentially multiple seasons, but are we looking for? So like, let's say you guess someone, you might perhaps guess them again, assuming that they were the leader for multiple years.
If they're leaders for multiple years, you get 1 point total, and you won't guess them again.
Got it.
They are ineligible to be guessed.
They're not. We don't need to guess them again. And sorry. And what's this is just all time the leaders for each.
This is
season?
all time. This is all time Raptors history. So we're going back all the way to 1995. Yep. So
there's like 29 answers here.
No, I only got the top 10 seasons total. And then I also have some extra ones that I thought were interesting that we could just chat about briefly at the end.
So these are the top 10 seasons. So the best rating. The
best rating. Yeah.
Okay, only 10 of them. Okay. Ooh, that's okay. That's interesting. Okay.
I love it.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll let the current leader of the podcast choose whether he wants to go first or second. How about that?
Oh,
I'll play with my own life and go second.
You might.
All right. He's going to play with his own life, everybody.
Okay.
Andy Hall, you are on the clock. You have 20 minutes to answer.
Okay. I mean, is this going to be one of those things where it seems obvious and then I'm just so wrong about it? But I mean, there's got to be some obvious players on here. So I'm going to say, I'll say DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan is not on this list.
What? Multi-league score is not on the list?
He's actually famously really bad at this statistic. Oftentimes, the Raptors were outscored when he was on the court. Those Lowry plus bench units really
I did kind of know that, actually. I just went all-time leading scorers. Got to have a good plus minus, but okay. First one.
Yep.
As a DeRozan lover, unfortunately, I do know this. But I will say Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry is on this list. Only once. He's number 6 in the championship series. He was plus 12.2 per 100 possessions. Really crushing for the Raptors that year. Lowry on the court, the team's killing him.
Okay.
So that is 1 point, Freddie. No points, Andy.
Okay. Vince Carter.
Vince Carter is definitively on this list. He's on this list 3 times, actually.
Wow.
And the 99-2000 series where he won the slam dunk competition, plus 17.5. He's also there in the 2000-2001 season at plus 11.6. And then in 98-99, he's there at plus 10.8.
Okay.
I should also mention that I had I can't remember what the number was, but you had to play a certain amount of minutes that season in order to qualify. There's some people who played 9 minutes and they're crazy.
Yeah, so there's no weirdo, shoots 100% from 3, only took 2 shots,
No, there's no Garth Joseph on this team.
I wish there was, though.
Me too.
Okay. I mean, Kawhi Leonard?
Kawhi Leonard, only with the team 1 year and not on this list.
Ooh.
Wow.
Devastating.
Although
Devastating 4.
let
Go
me
ahead.
say, I feel like I don't know if I'm thinking in the right way here, but this is a type of stat that a surprising amount of starters or like star players often are not on because they're playing against the best players. So it's hard to,
and they play so many minutes that
yeah.
it's tough to.
And they don't rack up bench minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a stat that can kind of go both ways on that, because like Vince was the Raptors for years, and it shows in the stats as well, in the stat as well. So, yeah, I will say one thing: everyone on this list had really good seasons the year it happened.
Okay,
got it.
Okay, well then I'll go. Despite having just said that, I might have to take I'll have to take a stab at our other sort of franchise player for many years. Let's try Chris Bosh. Is he on this list?
Chris Bosh is on this list only once. Number 8 on the list. 07-08 plus 11.1. Chris Bosh.
Okay.
I believe that's 2-1, Andy. Am I right?
It is 2-1, Andy.
2-1 currently, yes.
Let me go with my boy Pascal Siakam.
Your boy's on there, Freddie.
Yeah.
Woo!
He loves Pascal. He's number 4. This is another championship season.
Is this like bench mob? Oh no, it's not bench mob.
Pascal. No, he was starting. Yeah. I mean, Pascal was just always winning minutes in those days. He was just like such a good complementary player. Plus 14.4 for Pascal.
Have we got the top 3, or was Vince one of the top 3?
Vince was number 2, but we don't have number 1 and number 3. Number 3 is maybe the weirdest one on the list. Actually, number 9 is also very strange. Let me see how many we have. I think we only have
left.
We have 4 seasons, 4 different players left on this list.
I love this. This is great. This is good trivia, baby.
Okay.
I have a feeling you might both strike out on the next one, in which case we'll go to hints.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Juicy.
Plus minus. Right. Okay. Some interesting ideas are coming to mind here. I feel like I don't want to delve too deep in the past. Feels like
there's also not a lot of good seasons in the past.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
It's helpful.
So I think I'll try out someone. I think I'll try out OG Anunoby.
OG Anunoby is not on this list.
Risky play by me. Obviously, playing against the best players as the best defensive option is might not land you on this list, but I thought maybe he might have had one of those later years.
That is sound logic. Sound logic. That's probably what keeps him off.
I am. I'm gonna.
This could win you the title.
Woo. I'm gonna go. Let me reach back here and try from the Vince Carter years. Although I have a feeling it might just be Vince, but let me try Mo Pete.
Ooh, Mo Pete is not on this list, unfortunately. So it's
shame on
time. Shame on you.
Shame on you. Massively embarrassing for you.
So I feel like now that we're going into hint season, I will let Freddie answer first. Does that seem fair to you, Andy?
Wait, why?
Because you went first on the
previous
one. Okay, never mind. I'll let Andy go again.
No. It's not that I disagree. Why are we changing the order right now? That's all I want to know.
Well, I just figured you had first pick on the last one, so I thought now that we have a hint,
I guess there is an advantage to going first. There is an advantage to going
maybe,
first.
Maybe there isn't. I don't know.
You know what? You're the quiz master. You decide. I have no problems with it.
No, Andy should go.
Okay, I'll let Andy go first.
Okay.
Definitively win.
Anyone who's not watching on YouTube, Andy looked furious when I brought this up.
and then I did a bunch of gun symbols, which I felt weird.
Okay, so this is to Andy. The number 1 person on this list is also from the championship season.
Right. Okay. That's kind of what I thought. Okay. Interesting. All right.
Andy, I have to remind you, you only have 19 and a half minutes left to answer this question.
I know. I'm running out of time here. I'm on the clock, as they say. Could this person be Fred VanVleet?
You're incorrect, unfortunately. Not Fred VanVleet.
No.
Freddie, you're on the board.
Well, you guess.
I'm going with the snake collector, Green Ranger, Danny Green.
You got it, baby. Number 1 all time. We have Danny Green plus 17.6, narrowly beating out Vince Carter's 17.5.
I always love to say this about Danny Green. He is like the epitome of how fan narratives get formed, because in that whole playoff run, everyone's like, dang, Danny Green letting us down. And he guarded all of the best players. And then obviously there's the Kawhi Giannis switch up in the Milwaukee series, but he shot not great in the playoffs, but he was such a crazy, crazy good part of that championship team, really, really healthy.
Yeah,
he played
healthy.
80 games, or maybe not 80 games, but he played a lot.
It was a lot, and the crazy thing about Danny Green is that he bought into that. Remember at the celebration, he was like, "Sorry, guys." Like, what are you talking about? You're very good.
Totally.
You're a very good part of this team. You're an important, integral piece.
Well, we there's a lot of talk about how the Raptors wouldn't have done much in the playoffs if Fred VanVleet didn't shoot so crazily good in those last 2 rounds. But counter argument, if Danny Green shot really well, those games would have been blowouts for the Raptors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've told the story on here before, but hearing the Danny Green, put me in, coach, I got 1 in the barrel. It's like, you should have multiple in the barrel, Danny Green, multiple, please. That's so for the whole playoffs. I'd go to my buddies and be like, 1 in the barrel every time. Oh, and Matt's gone again. So that's where we picked this up.
Yeah. And
that's very good, very specific Raptors trivia. And as we all know, the more specific trivia gets, the better it is.
So there's 3 players left, right?
I love that there's multiple ways to think of this too. You're applying logic that makes sense for certain players, and then it burns you on other ones. The same logic applied to Danny Green can be applied to Fred as well, right? Of course, Danny Green shooting the lights out during that season for sure.
Mm-hmm. I know. I think there's got to be
There's 2 more players on here. Is this what we're saying?
There's maybe 3
I thought he said you won.
Players.
I thought that's it. I thought it was over.
Oh, maybe did I win? Maybe I won.
I think you did. I think you won.
But I guess there's still 2 more players and some fun factoids. And if you're watching on YouTube, Matt is caught on the absolute best freeze smile. And by the way, I'm no person to laugh at internet cutting in and out.
You are not allowed to laugh at people's internet cutting out. You're not allowed.
Anyone that knows Confederacy of Dunks history knows that I'll never laugh at someone's internet getting cut out because, Matt, you think this is a lot? Think many months of doing this, what you're doing. That's what I do.
I really don't know what the deal is. I tried switching to a different. Anyways, should we keep going?
Yes, but did I win or
No, it's still up for grabs. I think you're up 3-2. Am I right?
I'm up 3-2.
I think so. Yes.
Okay,
yes,
great.
Yes.
Our next person, from the 2012-2013 season. This person is a center/power forward.
Okay.
I feel like Freddie knows who it is.
Freddie probably does know who it is. I have a terrible.
I thought if it's who I think it is, I thought about naming them, and then I was like, "What is this? Is it this kind of trivia?" And I think it is.
The thing is that these years tend to run together for me around this time. This is definitely the time where I was least paying attention to sports in my life also. Around, I'd say between the years of 2008 and 2015 or something.
You're just completely preoccupied with Sketchersons and nothing
else.
I was. In your life.
That's absolutely true. I remember absent-mindedly watching sports on the TV at Comedy Bar. That's the only sports I ingested at that time. Okay, 2012 center Raptors.
Center/power forward. You got 10 seconds, Andy.
Amir Johnson.
Amir Johnson's correct.
Yes. I can't believe I pulled that out.
Wow.
I was gonna be wrong.
Who were you gonna say, Freddie?
I was gonna say Luis Scola.
Oh, good guess, but not right. Not right, unfortunately. Wow, good for you, Andy.
Well, my initial instinct was to say Antonio Davis. I'm like, wait, no. Wrong era.
No, that was based like if that era Antonio Davis is when he got like traded back to the Raptors, and he's like, I'm not coming because my kid doesn't want to. I don't want my kid in Canadian school.
Yeah, I hate it there. I'm not going. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Amir. All right. You know what? That brought to you by that one picture in the Scotiabank Arena of like Amir Johnson falling over trying to go get a ball that I saw at the home opener.
Shout out to Amir.
Shout out.
The last high school player ever drafted, and came into the league with well, that's changed now, but the last high school player ever drafted before this like new sort of like G League era. And I believe had injured ankles from the age of 19.
Wow.
Yep. Shout out Amir Johnson. I once saw him exiting an Expectations.
I didn't know anyone who's ever been to an Expectations, but now I know Amir Johnson's been to one.
He did the zombie walk like 4 or 5 times. Like,
hey, good for him participating in Toronto culture. I love it.
Awesome guy. All right, number 5 on this list is from Freddie. This is to you. From the 06-07 season.
Woo.
This is a shooting guard, potentially played some small forward as well.
Yikes, this is tough. This is tough for me just because I feel like 07 is when I became a season seat holder. So I'm like 17, 18. So this is pre-Bargnani, pre-Colangelo. Wow.
Is it?
So excited. Is it? Was it?
Colangelo? Wasn't Colangelo 07?
I don't know.
Oh, because of that, let me say Anthony Parker.
Anthony Parker is correct.
Hey, one of my favorites.
I should not have corrected you. That was maybe way too much of a hint.
You definitely gave a bigger hint, but that's okay. I am furious, but that's fine. Yep.
For those who can't see, Andy's wig has flown off his head. He's bald. Which is totally fine. Okay, so we are at this is the last person on this list, actually.
Is this number 9? The like really
number 9.
This is the weirdo one.
This is a weirdo one for sure. This is from the 2015-2016 season. This is an aforementioned, you know what, I'm not 100% sure on that, so I won't say that. But I will say that this person famously did not like Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan.
I think I got it again, but I had Luis Scola last time, so I wouldn't have got Mr. Zombie Walk.
This person does not participate in the Zombie Walk.
Oh man, wow. You didn't say a position, right? No.
Do you want me? I think I should. This person is a power forward. True and true. It worked last time. So Andy, I'm putting you on a 10-second.
Yeah. Oh, you can picture his face. Oh man.
You have 3 seconds, Andy. Sorry, Andy, you are off the clock.
I can't get the name Rudy Gay out of my head. I know it's not that obviously,
it is not Rudy Gay.
That is the name that won't leave my head.
Rudy Gay
made his way.
Very possible would be on the top 10 worst plus minus seasons.
Yeah. No, I know. I know it's not him.
Rudy Gay took away all of the stat charts from the locker room because he was too good.
This is the thing. It's saying that he didn't like them. I'm like, well, he must not have liked them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Rudy, obviously, he fucking hated them.
Freddie, this is
Freddie,
okay.
I'm semi-confident, so I'm gonna go for it. This guy is one of my favorite, like, specific weird Raptors lore guys because relatively early days of open gym, he was on it, and he had a giant. He brought the open gym crew into his house or his apartment, and he had a giant dinosaur skull that he bought, like a raptor. And he was like, check it out. It was on his coffee table. And it was the weirdest thing. And the director was like, oh, cool. But it wasn't cool.
Okay, I remember who I was going to say. I remember who I was going to say, but it's not what Freddie's going to say. And I'm not going to say it now. I'll say it after. But okay.
Patrick Patterson.
You are correct.
Pat.
Very similar.
The name I was thinking.
Oh, go ahead.
The name I was thinking was Joey Graham. So not really a good answer. It's not Joey.
Joey Graham was
No.
Before I thought about, I was gonna say DeMarre Carroll when you said famously didn't like DeRozan, because both of those guys sort of like left the team being like, those guys don't pass enough. Yeah. And there was sort of like almost like Marcus Smart did to while he was still on the team to Jaylen Brown and Tatum.
I mean, very similar role for Patrick Patterson and the leader of this board, Danny Green, just like playing good sound positional defense and hitting open threes. So if you have good players around you, I guess that leads to success against bench units,
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Good call. Pat, one of my favorite guys to high five when he would score. Could you go? Pat. Very good. Very, very fun. Very fun.
Huge. To do. Matt, you said you had a couple other nuggets from this?
Yeah, the only person from the very early years of the Raptors to sniff this list is Walt Williams at plus 7.5.
One of my faves. Same kind of role. Big beyond the arc guy. Big three off the bench.
Totally. Weirdest player, very surprising player, 14-15 Tyler Hansbrough at plus 9.7. Very surprising to me. And Jamario Moon plus 8.7 in his rookie year with the Raptors.
Love Jamario.
Wow,
man.
That was a real fun time. Yeah.
Very good.
Good energy.
By the way, if you're ever bored on YouTube, check, just type in Jamario Moon Russia dunk off. It's fucking nuts.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's like a couple years after he was in the NBA, and it's like all the things that he meant to do in the NBA dunk off, but like didn't work out. He did that shit in Russia, and it was popping. It was fucking sick. Like, it was great.
He's got the most impressive rebound I've ever seen in the NBA. There's this one rebound where he like grabs it like the height of the backboard. It's amazing.
I think we've talked about Jamario Moon before, the three of us, and I think I've looked up the rebound that you're talking about, and it is quite impressive.
It looks like the film The Sixth Man with the Wayans brothers, and it looks like a ghost drags his body up in the air.
Yeah,
when he gets this rebound. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was great. Thanks, Matt, for bringing that trivia. That's, as I was saying when your internet disconnected, the more specific trivia it gets, the better it is, I think. So I really love this like specific stat-based trivia.
It's all based on winning too. It's like nothing individualistic about it at all.
That's true.
Almost everyone on that list is a really good team player.
Agreed. Okay. Well, let's by the way, was there anything else? Is there any other like just mild thing anyone wanted to say before we get into this draft? By the way, like anything on anyone's mind?
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
I don't know. Is it someone's birthday?
Happy birthday in general. Happy birthday to anyone listening right now who's.
Did I fucking miss your birthday? Sure.
By the way, does anyone want to say anything?
Yeah.
Someone specific. Perhaps. I don't know. You know what I mean? No. Matt, you had something?
I do think the Gershon Yabusele signing is decent for Philly. I think it was a really nice pickup.
Yeah,
that's a nice segue. That's a nice segue into the international players draft.
That is. I will also say, I'm always a big fan of like the international basketball in general, and it's like it's arc, obviously Canada more than any other place, but I hope for Gershen's success in the NBA, because we definitely have seen the story of like killed it in FIBA, struggled, and I think so much of it is about role and yeah, there's just so many chemistry mechanic type things, and a lot of good players, just don't do well on specific teams for whatever reason. But
I guess the reason why I think that he might do well is that his role in, I think it was Real Madrid and on the France team, is probably pretty similar to his role he's going to have with the 76ers, in that he's just mostly like a defender, rebounder, who can move his feet on defense, who can shoot threes. So I think like if he could hit his shot in the NBA, I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, and also on top of that, he's one of these guys who because I was looking at this for something else, but I'm pretty sure he played for the Celtics for like 2 or 3 years. So he's one of the just the amount of guys who come into the NBA and get bounced before their second contract. Before they they just get totally like dicked around, and like even a guy like Malachi, he just signed a second contract, which is like like leagues above, like he just goes into this even more rare category. I don't know how he's going to do, but it's just a lot of guys, it doesn't work for them in their first 2-3 years and they get tossed out of the league.
Yeah. But, he's worked on his body. He's apparently in way better shape now than he was when he left the NBA. And his biggest problem was that he couldn't really shoot very well. And now he can shoot pretty good. So why isn't this guy in the NBA? Why wasn't a team proactive on this? Why did they have to see him in the Olympics in order to sign him? Why is the NBA scouting departments either so lazy or so risk adverse to not go and sign someone from Europe? The one time that Brian Colangelo did it, we got the aforementioned Anthony Parker and Jorge Garbajosa, who otherwise maybe never would have come over to the NBA.
Mm-hmm. Jose Calderon too.
Yeah, good choice. Yeah,
it was a great year.
It's that thing of like you just sort of you're right. It's like laziness in that like you're on an NBA franchise. You have the scouting departments like. Whatever the scouts report to you is just what right? So like, if those scouts are like, well, yeah, those European guys, those are inflated numbers, blah blah blah. Like, then that's just like you're just a slave to that. I feel like, and that just happens a lot. And the idea that guys can't like develop, in a different league is probably a popular one, but definitely not always true, right? So,
totally,
yeah. Okay, love it. All right, guys. Welcome to this is the first draft we've had in a long time, I think.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
It's been a while, and I'm happy to do one, and I'm happy you brought this up, Freddie. And yeah, this is probably going to be our last Olympic related thing, considering the Olympics is long over, and we all had a good time with it though. But let's look back in a way and draft the all-time international teams. These are players that are from other countries outside of the United States, because obviously the United States is just a powerhouse of basketball. So anyone who was born in the United States or has ever played for the United States in international competition is disqualified from this list. So, for example, Joel Embiid, not born in the United States, however, he has played. Hakeem Olajuwon also. Another one that landed on this list. Dominique Wilkins. I totally didn't know he wasn't born in the United States. I looked it up, and he's born in France. But yeah, he played on Dream Team too. So players of that ilk are not allowed in this draft. We're talking outside the United States only. I'm here, of course, at random.org. I've got our randomizer list. Shout out to the randomizing community. As always, I've got our names.
Shout out randomizers!
Now listen.
Happy birthday!
Am I going to be able to put this list on screen? No, those are the limitations that StreamYard gives us. But hey, we'll try to keep you as up to date on who's picking what as we can. Now, we are all in here. I'm about to hit the randomize button. I promise you, I won't cheat. That is my solemn promise to you. I promise. Whoever they say that is what I will go with. Here we go. Randomizing in 3, 2, 1. Bam. Here are the 3 items on my list. They're in a random order. The order is number 1 pick, Andy. Number 2 pick, Freddie. Number 3 pick, Matt.
Wow.
So that
Devastating.
goes right in. If you're watching on YouTube, that's from left to right. I can't be happier because I didn't know what I was going to do if I didn't get this first pick. Because there is, some positions are deeper than others when it comes to international players. I'll just say that. So
you better pick center, man. Whoo! There are
let me tell you,
centers out there.
There's a lot of international big men.
Grab your center quick.
Your tricks won't work on me. Now, of course, this is a snake draft. We're drafting, I believe, 7 players overall, right? We want 5. We want a 6-man, and then we want a bit of a wild card on that bench as well.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. Another quick rule that we all agreed upon before this draft is that if there are 2 players taken from the same country, that country is now gone.
Ooh, devastating.
Right?
Yeah.
So if RJ Barrett and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander get picked, Canada, no other players from Canada can be picked.
And you know what? I bet they get picked too. I'm going to go out and spoiler alert. I bet Shea and Nash get picked.
Oh, I said RJ. So I actually was meaning, tough for Nash. But hey, if you got your point guard, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, all right. Okay. So we're here.
And
we're
we mentioned that each team can only have 1 player from each country as well, right?
Oh, that's right. Correct, Matt. Sorry, I did forget to mention that. Exactly. So for our individual teams, we're only allowed to have 1 player from each country. So we can't double up on countries as well. Okay.
Great.
All right. Well, I'm just going to look at my big board here, my ranking. For me, anyways, there was a clear number 1 as to who I wanted to pick here, as in terms of skill, in terms of international prowess, in terms of like depth at the position when it comes to international players, and that all adds up to Giannis Antetokounmpo as the number 1 pick in the draft. It is tough to find a small forward in international competition that is at this level. There are lots of very talented players in this pool. When it comes to this position, to me, anyways, it's a little more it's more shallow than the others. I'll say that. So Giannis is going to be the first pick for me.
And a shocking turn of events, Andy actually does pick kind of a center first overall.
Yes, definitely more of a power forward, but a guy who I can slot in at that small position as well, though. Which again,
that's
tough.
Okay,
tough.
So that means no Nick Calathis, no Tyler Dorsey.
No, they're still there. You still have there's
one other Greek player is allowed to be chosen.
So I could take Costa Koufos.
Yeah, Thanos.
You can take Thanasis. You can take Thanasis if you want.
Yeah.
Kostos.
Okay, let me. I am gonna try and. I'm gonna, as a strategy. I think we're gonna see what I'm doing here. Let me go first overall pick Steve Nash, or second overall pick Steve Nash.
Ooh, yeah, I was gonna take Nash for sure.
I'm curious to see who you guys get that is a point guard and can shoot the hell out of the ball. I'm curious. They're out there, but
they're out there.
I mean, Shea is a
he's
very
right
obvious one.
Yes,
but after that, Andy, when it comes back, I am curious to see.
Okay, we'll see. Yeah. I got some guys lined up, baby. I got a couple of guys.
All right, I'm gonna go third pick Shea Gilgeous-Alexander for the very
Canada
reason
off
that
the
you were.
board.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go though. You know what I mean?
This is there's a lot of different guys to consider here.
So you guys have actually done me a favor here. You've taken your point guards. I don't have to worry about that position.
I could take another point guard. I can take another point guard right now. I don't give a shit.
My guy's ready to roll right now. Right. I can relax on that, and I can focus on some other positions that need picking by me.
All right, I'm gonna pick Luka Doncic.
It's a good pick. It's a strong pick, honestly.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty good point guard. Very good. Very good. Let's see here. Okay. I think breaking my own strategy a little bit. Let me just collect my thoughts because there's a lot of there is a lot of options, but
the first four I thought would go. Shea maybe a little early, but it's not certainly. Once a point guard gets picked, the second one becomes more valuable. So
yeah, I wasn't gonna get Shea coming back to me, so
yeah,
I had to get a point guard.
Okay, I think I have to do this because we are going by NBA primes, and it's just I don't see any way.
That's kind of up to the people who vote, right? Like,
sure,
if the people voting want to place this purely on FIBA stats, they can if they want, right? If they want to do it purely on NBA's prime, we can. For us individuals, it's we can same thing. We can pick kind of whatever we feel like.
Yep.
But this is in the modern game. You want guys that can shoot. You want guys that can pass. I have to go with Jokic.
Yeah.
Jokic
is the right choice.
Okay.
I was really hoping to get Nash and Jokic together.
I didn't want to get a center. My team defensively suspect.
Listen, it's a very deep position when it comes to international.
It is. It's
an extremely deep position.
It makes sense though to take the guy who nearly single-handedly defeated the U.S. team.
Yes.
Like I was very close to picking Jokic with my second pick. If Nash fell to 3, I was going to take Nash and Jokic because I would just love to see them passing to each other.
I will also say this. He's Serbia's got a lot of talent. So it's only one more Serbian player available.
Which is kind of going to play in, although not directly for me with these next two picks. So for me, I think the only position we haven't drafted yet, if we're going like sort of strictly by, what they played most of their career, I think I got to take Dirk off the board here.
Oh, Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, Dirk is going. If we're talking about power forwards, it's actually not as deep as I think I would like. There's a ton of centers, like pure centers, but when it gets to power forward, there's like another one, maybe 2, really. But it's not the same level as Dirk. Dirk is high up there when we're talking about international players. And then I'm going to go with, I need a guard. So I am going to take perhaps the outside of the United States, best international guard to ever touch a ball, Manu Ginobili.
Oh, I was hoping Ginobili was going to get to me.
Yeah, we're going to.
I also wanted Ginobili. Okay. This is
so. Let's do a quick recap here.
Let's
do a quick recap. Okay, I took Giannis first. Freddie took Nash. Matt with SGA. Then on the turn, he also took
Luka Doncic. Luka.
Yeah. Freddie goes for Jokic. I just took Dirk Nowitzki, and then Manu Ginobili. Okay. Freddie on the clock now, with it seems his his point guard and his center taken care of.
Yes.
So we're looking for
things are getting a little
2, 3, 4 here.
Dicey.
And it's that's what I'm talking about, man. These middle positions it starts to fall off.
It's a real 7 deep draft that Andy was really lucky to get the tail end of there. I feel like it's a pretty decent drop off of that.
Oh, you say so? Like after Manu, it's like after these 7 players, it falls off pretty.
Yeah, I had 7 guys on my list, and these were the 7 guys. So.
I think there's legitimately like 3 players who are in this kind of echelon. I think it's. Yeah. I think you could argue that it's a 10. And then there's kind of a bit more of a significant follow-up. I still think there's 3 players up here that have a spot in that upper echelon.
You could be right. Maybe I'm being too harsh.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna make sure every single guy I have at this point is like an insane shooter. So I'm gonna go with Drazen Petrovic.
Ooh, really? Wow,
Yep.
early. I mean, definitely a great shooter.
Yeah, I think it was a good choice.
Yeah.
I think it,
There's a couple other guys that could have went, but I got a PG locking up my SG small forward.
Okay, and that is. Oh, okay, that's Croatia represented there.
Croatia's done.
So Croatia not done. No.
Yeah, isn't Doncic from Croatia?
No, he's Slovenian.
He's Slovenia.
Yeah.
Oh, am I? Oh, okay, my bad.
Lucas Slovenian. So the only country that is currently completely off the board is Canada. Nash and SGA are gone. So all you RJ fans, all you Jamal Murray fans, forget it.
Okay. This is me. I'm gonna go shooter as well. I'm gonna go with Peja Stojakovic.
Ooh, I wondered when Peja would go. That's okay.
Nice.
It's a little earlier than I had him on my board. I'll be honest with you.
It's like being on the end of this draft, at the very end of this snake. You have to move. You gotta
move.
And then I am also going to take Pau Gasol.
Yes. Okay. There.
Great.
That I think that's one of those higher echelon guys. I think now there's a pretty hard fall off in the power forward position.
Is that it for? Is that all? Is that the first Spain?
It is.
Wow.
It is.
Okay, so anyone looking to take Mark? Forget it. It's over for you.
Oh, really? Is that?
Oh no! Wait. No. Sorry. That's the first. Sorry. Yeah. I thought you said second. Yeah.
Okay, pretty tight here. I'm, starting to wonder how much I'm gonna bend position. You know what I mean? This is what I'm starting to wonder.
Bend it.
I'm gonna what am I gonna ask of my players? You know what I mean? But not a lot of all NBA guys available. Still, I have a lot of shooting on my team. I need someone who will just be selfless, cut endlessly, and I love him. He's my favorite, Pascal Siakam.
Yes, great.
Oh, choice. That's a Freddie choice.
And he was going to argue choice that, right truly.
There. There's another guy that I was pretty close to, but
okay. I like that pick. I had him as the next. Yeah, I had him as the next sort of forward. That
next tier.
No, if I had to choose another power forward right now, it would have been him as well.
You could play some small forward for me,
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Again, we're deep at center here. A lot of good choices there. I don't have my point guard yet, but I got that middle locked up. I got my 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, maybe just because I don't want anyone to be sneaky. I don't want anyone to take this player as like a
sneaky thing.
I don't want anyone to take him as a sneaky pick, so I'm just gonna scoop him up right here. Okay, multiple NBA championships. Okay, absolute leader on the court. Okay, knows what it's like to play with other excellent players.
Oh, Luke Longley. You're picking Luke Longley, aren't you?
Knows, in fact, has excellent chemistry with guys on my own team. I'm going Tony Parker.
Oh,
wonderful.
Interesting.
Okay, there's my court general right there.
Or first like a French court jester.
Pardon me?
Hey.
I said more like a court
So you
jester.
guys both made a joke at the same time and I didn't hear either of them? Him and Manu are going to have... I got a great backcourt here. I got the Spurs back... Are you kidding? Like, I've got one of the best NBA Dynasty backcourts of all time here.
Why don't you add Tiago Splitter and really bring back the boys, Or Boris Diaw?
Diao is on the board. He is a possible pick when we get deep. When we get a little deeper here, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so that leaves us open at the center position. I don't know if I need to take a center here though. There's so many guys left. Okay. It's a real opportunity to take a country off the board here as well. Although I don't know if anyone's picking anyone else from this country, so what value is there in that truly? But all right, you know what? I'm gonna take my center. I think this is a great pick. I think we're gonna go with, why not lock up a country that shocked the world, showing the world how great they are, a new powerhouse nation in the world of basketball. I'm gonna take Victor Wembanyama. Let's go.
Yeah,
we need that youthful energy. This guy's gonna be one of the greats. We can all see it. It's right there.
For the first absolute bust of the draft, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely
wish. Not a chance.
Well, we also said we could pick the player's prime, so you could pick a 2030 Victor Wembanyama if you want.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
we're gonna
future championship Wembanyama. Yeah.
We're gonna revisit.
I'm doing it. I like it. I was thinking about maybe saving this as a later pick, but I think someone might get creative and take him.
I was gonna take him if he got to me.
Yeah. Sure. So we're gonna scoop up Wemby.
France off the board.
France off the board. Ooh,
no
my Evan Fournier.
France and Serbia. France and Serbia are the only, and Canada are the countries that are currently off the board.
Okay, so you know what? I actually think I am gonna stick with I'm gonna stay modern here, and I feel like I need to have that defense. I need to have that toughness.
Sorry, Gobert's off the board. You cannot take him.
Okay.
I know you're about to say that, so I just wanted to get ahead of that.
Are you gonna draft rights to Nando De Colo just to?
Yes, I am. I think I am going to go. There's a couple guys here. I'm going to go with a traditional small forward because there's just not a lot of those guys here. So I'm going to go Luol Deng.
Oh,
dang.
Luol Deng.
Yeah. So, with Pascal and Deng, the shootings takes a hit, right? But I got Petrovic, I got Nash, I got Jokic. I also now have in their prime lockdown defenders. So I'll feel pretty confident here.
Is this massive disrespect to the guy I had next on the small forward board here? So,
ooh, I wonder who it is.
Disrespect to.
I wonder who it is too.
Disrespect to a huge champion.
There's honestly three guys.
We'll find out when I pick them. So,
unless I pick them.
We'll see. Okay, who you got?
Well, I mean, I think I'm the only one left who doesn't have a center. And how could I not put the Gasol brothers together? That was such a killer combo. I'm gonna take Marc Gasol. You guys are happy about it. You didn't need Marc Gasol at all. So
didn't appear on my top 4. Wasn't really looking at him, honestly.
Wow. Andy's pissed by that, I guess.
Yeah, it's a draft. I'm sorry. We're influencing votes with these comments. So correct me if I'm wrong.
Good. It's good. You're absolutely furious.
Yeah, anyone who's not watching YouTube, let me tell you, there's a lot of holes in the wall behind Andy right now. At his own picks, at other picks, he's just going wild.
I'm just filled with anger.
Okay. There's a couple different ways I was thinking of going here. But I'm going to I'm going to take anyone who played fantasy and the mid aughts knows this guy is a potential number 1 pick. I'm going to go with Andrei Kirilenko.
AK-47. That's why. Yeah,
it's so funny that I knew
it
you were
was
talking
him or
about
Den.
based on the fantasy thing. It's so funny.
He always averaged like 3 blocks and 2.5 steals a game. Like he was a monster.
He was.
So I just wanted a defensive guy to go in there.
I love it. That's a nice pick. Okay, so we got Mark Gasol and Andrei Kirilenko. Okay, Freddie, you're on the board with your 6th pick here.
Yeah. So
Matt just made his 5th and 6th.
I think I understand why he didn't go, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have the only guy coming off the bench who, very much could have been an MVP, was quite close to MVP level play at his prime. Let me bring Yao Ming off the bench.
Ooh.
Yao Ming.
Yao Ming.
Prime Rockets Yao Ming, 3rd in MVP voting.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Again, didn't crack my top 3.
No.
So very interesting choice there.
I had him right below Zach Edey on my list.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
yeah, he's there.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. Look, Prime Yao Ming is insane. He's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he's no Victor Wembanyama, but that's fine, I guess.
Hey, he's just
listen.
Sorry, Freddie. What was that you mumbled into the microphone?
He's stronger and better, and it's all good. It's all good.
I'm looking forward to the Marc Gasol Yao Ming battles. I can't wait to see this lumbering post.
Neither would move. It would be a battle of the minds.
Like between Wemby and Dirk and Giannis, you guys are going to have a lot of trouble defending my big guys. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be real trouble for you guys.
I will say that I don't know who Yao is going to guard on Andy's team. I think it might be a bit of a problem for him.
Try to dunk on Yao Ming. Everyone in the league did, but try. You know what I mean?
Everyone could, but
purposely everyone made it their mission to dunk on Yao Ming and did. But go ahead, give it a shot. But man. He also blocked a crazy amount of shots. Was like, he's a pretty, just again, for the people who know, good. Like, I mean, I won't do like I picked him. I'm not going to.
Freddie, you're acting like Yao Ming was like the most obscure player in the league. He's like the most popular player of all time. We all know who Yao Ming was.
He was the biggest player in the world for like 10 years.
Have you guys heard of Yao Ming? Because he's sick, and I don't know why you didn't pick him. You know what I mean?
He was the ambassador of basketball to the rest of the world.
All right, you go ahead and make your pick. I'm bringing up Yao Ming's stats. Okay.
We're talking 21.5 points per game, Andy.
Yeah, brother.
Okay. All right. We got an interesting choice. So I know right away. I think I got my 2 picks here.
Well, this is your last pick, isn't it?
These are my last.
We're
going 7, right? We're going 7.
You're right.
Yeah. So again, the level of disrespect that you guys have put forward here today is disgraceful. Okay. There's a player that's still on the board here who absolutely deserved to be taken. I'm going to say second at his position. He is one of the reasons anyone in the United States respects international players at all. He is one of the first guys to make the jump, and he showed what he was all about. My 6th man is truly going to be the 6th man. He was a 6th man of the year, one of the best teams of all time.
Oh, you're not talking about Tony Kukoc.
Tony Kukoc, baby! I can't believe he's still here on the board. Absolutely thrilled to pick him up. This is the steal of the draft. You just
took him because he's handsome.
He is incredibly handsome to boot. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you very much.
The only reason
he's going to be signing those autographs. Kids are going to be losing their mind.
And anyone who thinks that Tony Kukoc was just a bench player, let me tell you that once Jordan and Pippen moved on from the Bulls and it was Tony Kukoc's team, they were an amazing team.
He was handed the reins.
Oh, my God.
One of the man of the year. We're not handing the reins to Tony. You don't worry about it. We're not handing any kind of reins to Tony Kukoc. He's going to be coming off that bench strong. He's going to be great. He's a 5-tool player, as the baseball guys say. He's got it all, baby.
Yeah. He's an amazing center fielder. Tony Kukoc.
Exactly. He's got speed on the base paths. He can swing for power. He's great. And my last pick of the draft, we said this was going to be a wild card. And, I got a lot of great defenders on this team. We're going to add another one. We're going to add a defensive specialist here. We're going to add one of my favorite Raptors of all time here. We're going to add my boy OG Anunoby.
Oh,
straight from the streets of London, mate.
That's a really good pick.
Okay. Bloody OG.
Yeah,
there you go.
I actually probably would have taken OG higher. I didn't think about him. That's a really solid pick.
Feel like I drained any possibility of taking any other forwards there, small forwards there. So
I really don't need another small forward right now. I have a couple guys.
Well, that's your opinion.
That's my opinion. You don't think Peja and Kirilenko soap up by
Page's a shooting guard. What are you talking about? Page's a guard.
Shooting guard?
Page's a guard.
6'10".
He's a guard. He's guarding. He's guarding.
I don't think my team has a fucking chance if I have Peja at the 2.
I love it. Okay.
Well, let me tell you, I need a shooter. I need a shooter in a bad way, guys.
You do.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, like Andy's team, I can't shoot for shit. So that's
are you kidding?
That's what I don't want.
Is this a joke? Do I need to tell you who's on my team?
Yeah, they're just the guys that can't shoot. So I don't want that.
I see. Right
on. Giannis can shoot, or at least he tries to shoot. He shoots a lot. Shoots a lot of threes.
Yeah, no, he will just like.
Sorry, your whole teams are going to be busy guarding Giannis while. I don't know, maybe Dirk Nowitzki, Manu Ginobili is just nailing shots from anywhere they want.
Whew, this is pretty tough here.
This is your possible. I mean, you can name whoever you want as your wild card, but this is potentially the wild card pick here.
There's still a pretty good small forward out there who can shoot the shit out of the ball.
Really?
Yep. I'm not going to pick him. Do you want me to tell you who it is?
Yeah. Is it Bogdanovich?
What's collusion? What's going on here? Collusion.
Detlef Schrempf.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I got Detlef at power forward.
I thought he was a PF, and then you know what? But for that reason, I'm going to go for the best shooting big of all time. I'm going to go Karl Anthony Towns.
Cat born in New Jersey.
Played for
basketball reference, but
he played for the Dominican Republic.
He did, yes, played for the Dominican Republic.
Okay, but born in New Jersey, that's okay. I can pivot.
No, I think he counts. He played internationally for a different team. I think he should be on the board.
I didn't think about this. I didn't think about a player who was born in the United States but played internationally for a different country.
I
instinct is to say the opposite, Matt, but I'm not like hard and fast on it. I think Cat. You can take Cat if you like.
Let me pivot for the spirit.
Freddie, it's okay. Freddie has gold. Freddie doesn't want to pick Cat. He's already.
I'm not doing. I've already moved on. No, I want to pick a guy that will fight on the court.
Who will fight?
Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay. Eligible, but soft. Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah,
there's a big that has not been picked that I thought was like a top 3 pick.
Are you perhaps thinking of Dikembe Mutombo?
That is who I'm thinking of. Yes.
Fair.
You took Yao Ming over him, which is like okay.
Yes, and I'll any day.
Yeah, you can't have Yao, Jokic, and Dikembe Mutombo. Your bench can't be Ming and Mutombo.
By the way, Yao 25 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks. Basically like 520 from the field. Come on, 25 points. Let's go. But I can and I will have way too many bigs on this team. So let me bring in Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka. He can shoot a bit. He's going to catch some lobs. He's going to elbow someone, try and choke out Marquise Chris. I'm bringing in Serge.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting indeed.
All right.
I'll just say Victor Wembanyama, 21.4 points, 10.6 rebounds, 3.9 assists. So
dominated by Yao, probably.
I'm close. You kidding me? They're basically the same player, except Wemby is a much better. It's just much better. That's the thing.
I think they clearly have different pros and cons between the two of them.
No. It's a direct comparison. Okay, so let's recap. Yeah, let's. Oh wait, no, Matt still got a pick. Matt still has a pick. Yeah.
It's fun to have the last pick because I could just talk it out. Right, for centers, we have Mutombo, and we have like maybe the most interesting guy who no one has brought up yet, Arvydas Sabonis, who was
Divac.
And Divac, and Divac, and chain smoking Vlade Divac. Power forwards, Kristaps Porzingis, not brought up yet. Seemingly a pretty valuable guy in this type of format. Al Horford could be kind of useful.
So Horford on my board as well. Yeah,
pretty good. Detlef was talked about. Rolando Blackman was a choice that I was thinking of taking. 7 straight years of scoring 22 points per game. That's Yao Ming territory.
Ben Simmons.
Honestly, I'm thinking maybe Ben Simmons. He was really good.
You need a point guard
during the prime.
Well, I have Luka and Shea, so I don't need a point guard at all. I could maybe use a guard. Man. I already have here. Okay. Yeah, I should probably get like something smaller. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go with Ben Simmons. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going Arvydas Sabonis.
I love
it. Okay, Arvydas Sabonis it is. Okay. The Lithuanian legend. Okay.
Great.
All right, so let's recap who we have here. So, Matt, you just had your last pick. Tell us your entire team. Tell us what's happening from the 1 to the 5, from the 6 to the wild card. What's happening?
Great. At center and power forward, we have the Gasol brothers. Probably no better chemistry than any two players in the entire draft. At small forward, we have maybe the best shooter ever, Peja Stojakovic. Not hyperbole to say maybe the best shooter ever. At shooting guard, we have Luka Doncic. Pretty damn good. Point guard, we have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, unquestionably the best point guard in Canadian basketball history. And then swingman, we've got Andrei Kirilenko, locking up the defense. And then we have one of the best passers among big men in history. We have Luke Walton. No, we have Arvydas Sabonis.
Okay, I think you're going to have some trouble with this team when it comes to votes. Although SGA is going to get you a lot.
Yeah, honestly, I mean,
I can't believe the disrespect to Dikembe Mutombo that we all showed, because he's pretty deserving of a spot. But hey, this is what we did. Okay, Freddie, who do you got?
You gotta shade some guys every once in a while.
For sure.
So here we go. The unquestionably the best shooter and passer of all time, Steve Nash. And then you got Drazen Petrovic, absolute just like money shooter, fiery, amazing defender.
Amazing defender.
I mean, who's to say he wasn't?
Who's to say? The caveat we can put next to any statement we make,
right? And then you have some like serious defense and athleticism. With Luol Deng and Pascal Siakam at the 3-4, and Jokic, one of the best players of all time, and yeah, it's basically absolutely unguardable team, especially when you bring Yao Ming off the bench.
Fill in the holes, just fill in holes.
Then, yeah, because he's positionless basketball. And then
the best thing about that is that we know how Steve Nash played with Shaq. And then you're like, Nash, here's Yao Ming. Go to work,
but honestly, I'd play Nash and Jokic together. Who's bringing up the ball? Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like,
this is a team begging for an identity.
And that identity is fight when ready. So the last guy coming off the bench is Ibaka.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. All right. A very interesting team here.
Yeah.
Well, dang, not on my list. Didn't crack the list for me. Wasn't
Hey
considering.
man,
but
Prime.
I love the pick.
Before
I love the
Thibodeau
pick.
crushed his bones,
Yeah.
Lil Dang was doing some stuff.
I think bone crushing is going to be a big problem for your team, to be honest. Between him and Yao Ming, I think it's going to be an issue.
Yeah, but this is pre-bone crushing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
We're playing a 128 game NBA season with these teams. By the way, we didn't mention that, Freddie. But
oh no, yeah, it's a lot of games. Yeah.
Then it's good that I have Pascal, but other than that, I'm in big trouble.
Jokic can survive. That's pretty much it, though.
Totally. Okay, for me, unquestionably the best at each position. Obviously, we got the best backcourt here. It's not just like the most championships among any of the players. Probably you guys have, I'd say.
Yeah, you picked Kuzi and Sam Jones, right?
Parker and Ginobili. In the back, we listen. These guys just get it done. Okay, they know what they're doing out there. Calm, cool, collected. Crunch time, you name it. We got it.
No Tim Duncan
nailing
bailing
shots.
out. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. No Tim Duncan. We just have Dirk Nowitzki. Sorry, just basically the same player, but can make a shot from 3. Let's go.
Yeah. Dirk on a lot of all-time lists, people do have Dirk above TD.
Oh please. Oh, sorry. Is that what we're doing? We're comparing all-time lists. Is that sorry? You guys don't even. No one comes close on your team to Dirk Nowitzki. Are you kidding?
Does anyone play defense on your team, Andy?
Oh my God, you have no idea. We got OG Anunoby. As our
okay. He's got to guard everybody.
He's gonna lock you down. Okay, our backcourt's there. We got Giannis at the 3. Because this is where we get real strong. No one's guarding Giannis. Okay, let's be honest. The aforementioned Dirk is at the 4, and then young gun Wemby. Okay, we're very comfortable with it.
Wow. Poor guy's gonna get bodied by Dylan Brooks again.
With this modern game, this is the squad you want. You don't want these old heads like this lumbering team Freddie you put together, and this mishmash of players that Matt's picked here and zero chemistry.
You don't have a center. You don't have a center on your team.
What are you talking about? Victor Wembanyama is my center, and also listen, we're just going to run circles around you guys. You got no one who can guard these perimeter bigs.
I will say not. Popovich was like, we need to hide Wemby from other centers for the entire year.
Listen, we're going forward here. Okay, we're developing Wemby. He's going to put on 20 pounds of muscle, and you guys are going to be like, "Holy shit, is that friggin' the Incredible Hulk out there? Or what's going on?"
No, it's Yao Ming. That's who you're looking at.
We got the veteran presence of Tony Kukoc. Knows what it's like to play with all-time players. Again, just the respect he demands on the court is just going to be,
just in the huddle being like, guys, do what Jordan would have done, and like Tony Parker's like, what the fuck? Like,
I mean, we've all seen the doc, and we all know how important a player this guy was to that Bulls championship team. He's going to be the same exact kind of player for us, coming off the bench. And then, like I said, the heart of the team, bringing in a little bit of Raptors representation plus the UK. We got OG Anunoby in here, just as our lockdown defender is gonna play some special minutes out there. So I think it's a clear winner. That's just me. I think there's obviously, again, like, we're a run and gun team. You guys are gonna have a hard time guarding these guys, and that's all there's to say.
Andy, do you want me to give you the same analysis you gave my team?
I would love it.
Your team's gonna have a hard time getting votes. That was the first thing you said. Was just like nothing specific whatsoever. Just hard team for votes, man.
Honestly, there's nothing specific to say, man.
Andy, I'll say the same thing that I've been saying.
Tough.
You're gonna have a tough time against Yao Ming.
Yeah.
7'5". You don't have the height.
Oh my God. I love that we all took this very seriously, and I love that we're talking some real good smack here, even though you guys are out of your depth very clearly. But hey, that's the way it goes in these sort of things. There's always one guy who's the best and two guys who aren't.
I can't wait to watch Shai Gilgeous-Alexander cook Tony Parker. Just roast him.
Tony would have a tough time.
Oh, okay.
Tough time, Tony. They'll call him at the end of the tournament. Ooh, tough time for Tony P.
Steve Nash will lock up Shai.
Oh yeah. I'm
Yeah. All right. Well, now it's up to you. Now it's in your hands, listeners. You
I will
vote,
say, I like seriously though. I think all three teams have a lot of good pros and cons and merits on why they are the best of the three. I think they're pretty close teams.
Yeah, I disagree, but that's fine.
How dare you? How dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Of course. No, it's for real. I do love a draft, and I do love when we force ourselves to go a little deeper than maybe just the I don't know, the like basic version of this was. So having those countries come off the board was really fun. So yeah, it's now it's in the hands of the voters, the listeners. Check us out at probably on Instagram. That's going to be the best place to vote. Do we make posts on Twitter? No, right?
Yeah.
No, we do. Okay.
We do. We'll do a little poll on Twitter too.
Yeah, we'll do a poll on Twitter as well. So there you go, all you listeners out there. So yeah, there it is. There's the international player draft done in the books.
Done in the books. Yeah, and that about wraps it up for the pod, I think. Yeah, we've I hinted at it a little bit last week, but me and Andy are working on a bit of a trivia prize show thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, which I'll say it, Matt. Would love to have you on.
Sure. Yeah, I'd love to.
We're gonna make a little tournament. But yeah, I also want to throw this out. If there's a listener out there, and I said this last week, but yeah, if you're not a total freak or a weirdo or whatever, and you want to do it, hit me up. And I'd love to bring in like a non-comment section fan of the pod.
Yeah. If you've commented in a negative way on the YouTube before, you're disqualified straight up.
Well,
if you've shown any interest in the podcast ever, we want nothing to do with you.
No, I just mean we know who we're talking about. The Gremlins.
Yeah.
The Gremlins.
Yeah.
But I say let the Gremlins in. Let them run
around.
You
know what? Actually, if you're a Gremlin, you're in.
Yeah.
If you're gonna kick my ass, you're in. But yeah. Thanks everybody. Maddie McCready, what's up? What do you got going on? What do you want to tell people about?
Oh yeah, well, it's Fringe season all around the world. Basically, Edinburgh Fringe is going on, and I'm actually doing Sudbury Fringe
nice.
For the weeks of from November 6th, and it runs until January 8th.
Wow.
I'm doing a series of 75 shows, one-man show. It's called Who's Got Any Problems? So I just kind of banter with the audience and talk about my problems. So if you want to come check it out, I'll be there for a few months in Sudbury.
Okay. Amazing. Wow. Is it like the Olympic pool area, Big Nickel?
Yeah, it's by the Big Nickel. It's on the big hill where the Nickel is. Yeah, it's like an off venue type of thing. I didn't get in the lottery, so I had to bring my own venue. Right. I brought a hill.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh my God.
Running into the winter, I guess.
There will be the hill that Matt dies on.
It's tough.
The Big Nickel Hill.
Yeah, the Christmas show, I'm worried about attendance, but I am gonna.
You know what?
Yeah.
I didn't want to say this on the pod, but I'll see you at Christmas, pal.
Oh
wow.
I bought 10 tickets.
Yeah.
And this is an open invite to all Confederacy Gremlins if you want to come out to the show.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff.
Really, though, subscribe to Raptors Republic. Thanks for all the love we get from people, which we do. So I know I threw out the Gremlins thing, but for real. And yeah, we'll see you next Monday. I guess pod will be coming out on the 27th. So thanks everybody.
Okay. What?
Yeah, let's end with when the podcast is being released.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like I've never said that before, and I was like, I guess I'll say it this time. It didn't make a lot of sense. We record on
Monday. It also
Mondays.
sounded like you said this podcast is coming out on the 27th. I'm like, I gotta wait a week.
This one's coming out on the 20th.
Okay, great.
Sometimes.
You also told everyone they'd see you next Monday, but certainly they will not see us Monday because that's when we record it.
Yeah. Listen, a couple brain wires crossing the wrong way.
Couple Yao Mings.
Couple Yao Mings took me down.
Nothing to see here, Gremlins. Don't comment on this. Flawless
Ignore this
podcast. Those are my favorite comments, I will say. Shout out to, there was a Gremlin who was like, Guy's voice cracks at 14 minutes, 11 seconds. It was so good because at that moment I was like, ah, and it was fucking great.
Just pointing out your foibles.
Like, huh? And then I went to that exact second. And I was like, that guy got me. That guy got me good.
Huge burn.
It was good.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good job, guys.
See you next week.
Bye.
Peace.